Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the machine learning life cycle. In the machine learning life cycle, we will discuss how we start from the problem statement, how we solve the problems, and how we deploy the model. What are the things are involved between working on the problem and deploying that model onto the production environment. Like from starting to till end, what are the things are involved. So let's start. So first is the business problem, because any model or any product you develop, that product or whatever software we create, that product or that software we develop to solve some problems. So before creating any model or any product, we should understand for what purpose we are going to create that particular product or that particular software. So first we understand the problem. We are working in a bank, and bank used to provide the loan to the customers, and for that they use one prediction model which is based on statistics, and this model they had developed 10 years back. They had developed this model in 2010, and from 2010 to till now they have been using this type of the model to select the customers to whom they should provide the loan or not. This is the product they are using. Now come to the problem. Problem is that 2000, 2010, 2020, and these are the defaulters. They had deployed this model in 2010, and defaulters ratio was very low on that time. But what happened till 2020, the number of the defaulters have been increasing from the past 2 to 3 years. You can see here, this is the graph currently, and defaulters are increasing sharply from the last couple of years. You can see here. So what they want to solve this problem so that they can bend this graph either flat or move in the downtrend direction. So this is the problem. We have to solve this problem. We have to decrease the defaulters ratio or decrease the number of the defaulters in the system. So what they do, bank reach out to the data scientist team. You can see here, this is the business problem. We have to decrease the number of the defaulters in the system. So for that they have to reach out to the data scientist. These are the data scientist team. Now, so data scientist team, what the data scientist team did, they try to understand the problem. What is the problem and how they can solve that particular problem, because it is not compulsory that we can use the machine learning. Data scientist job is not to work only related to the machine learning or the AI. Data scientist job is that solve any problem which the customer have, whether that can be used by the statistics, whether can be used by some mathematics, whatever the technique they can use, that technique should be very not too much complex and should provide a very quality of the information or quality of the output to the customer. So they decided that they will use the machine learning based approach. It means the prediction model they have been using earlier, statistics based, they told that now they will use the machine learning based approach, machine learning based prediction model they suggested to bank. So now they have understood all the problem, and now what the data scientist team will do, they will prepare one architecture or do some POC, and after that they will provide that POC to the customer and will take the sign off whether they should work further or not. If the customer is agreed, after that customer will provide their sign off, and after that data scientist team will work on that. Once they got a sign off, after that they have to select the data. So how they will collect the data? So again they will reach out to the bank. Bank will provide them to the data. Bank told them that they are using the 5 data sources. This data source is Excel, this is your text file, some image related data they also have. These are some tax related data, and this is your some JSON format data. So there are some different type of the data bank have provided to the data scientist team. Now what the data scientist team will do, they will collect all this data and will store this data into the data warehouse or in the cloud data warehouse or in Hadoop based system or in the data lake. So it depends on the agreement. If the customer is okay to invest more onto the infrastructure part, then they can store the data in the data lake or into the cloud base. It depends on the agreement. Customer told them they don't want to invest much, so they told them please store in the data warehouse. So they will store all the data into the data warehouse. Just take from the sources and dump into the data warehouse with some ETL tool or some batch like the Spark batch system. There are many ways we can store the data from bank system to your local warehouse. So after that, we will work on the data preparation part or the data cleaning part, because the data which was moved from bank system to your local warehouse might be we can get some different type of the problems in that data, like some missing values, duplicate data, some irrelevant data, structural related issue in the data. There are many type of the problem we can have in the data. So we have to remove those type of the problems from the data. Once we will clean the data, after that we will analyze that particular data. It means EDA part. The EDA means we will try to understand each and every column and try to have a good relationship with the data, so that we can understand what type of the data we have and how we can use that particular data for our machine learning problem. Because if we will not be able to understand the data properly, then sure we will not able to fit good columns or good features in our machine learning model. So in this way we will not be able to get a good product. That is must that we should understand our data properly. So once we will understand our data, after that what we will do, we will do the feature engineering part. So in feature engineering part, we mostly do the three things: feature extraction, feature transformation and feature selection. So in feature extraction, what we will do, because this is the raw data, this is the raw data here, this is the raw data, so we will extract some features. It means we will create some new features from the existing features, or we will we have some image related data. So what we will do, we will extract some information from that particular image data. Might be we can have some test related data, so we also try to create some new columns. So here we will create some new columns, or we try to extract some useful information from the raw data. Then after that we will do the feature transformation. Feature transformation means, feature transformation we normally do like some encoding, scaling. These type of the two things we normally used to perform in feature transformation. Scaling means that there are the three columns we have, 1, 2, 3, and all three columns, and the first column we have 1, 2, 3 values, second column we have 5, 100, 200, and third column we have like 10,000, 20,000, 1 lakh. If you see here, all the columns have different scales. So what we will do, we will try to make in a same scale, 0 or 1, or we can use like normalization, or we can, there are the many techniques we can use to scale the data. Then after that, encoding. Encoding means that we have some tax related data or the categorical column. So what we will do, we have one column. So here we have male, female. We cannot feed this data in our machine learning system. So we have to convert this data into a numeric format. So for that we will use some encoding. Here we will convert all the categorical column into the numerical column. Then after that, once we will complete all these things, after that we have now 1000 columns in our system. After doing data cleaning, extracting information, encoding, all those stuff, we have 1000 columns in our system. So after that we have to select only those columns which have a very good quality of the information, or those are not related to each other. It means there are the 1000 columns and this is your output. We should give loan or not, yes or no. So if those have a good relationship with output, we will select only those columns, or there is no any multicollinearity among the features. We will select only the 100 columns out of 1000. So what we will do, we will feed those 100 columns in our machine learning model training. So how we will feed? We have 100 columns and 10,000 rows. This is our data size. So what we will do, we will divide this data into a 70-30. There are multiple ways we can divide or we can split the data. We will discuss further, but just try to understand that here we will divide our data in a train and test. Train is 70%, test is 30%. So what we will do here, we have 70% and 30% be kept for the test. So this 70% data we will use for machine learning training. Here I am using the machine learning model name is KNN. So by using the KNN, what we will do, we will train our model. So once we will train with the 70% data, after that here I will get our trained model. After that, what we will do, we will evaluate this data. We will evaluate this model. How will we evaluate this model? With the help of 30% test data. We will feed this data and will try to get some output. And this output we will check with the help of some parameters like accuracy, precision, recall, AUC, ROC curve. There are the multiple ways we can use to evaluate the model. Also the parameter tuning. If I am not getting a good accuracy, then what we will do, we will again perform some parameter tuning and again we try to improve our accuracy or whatever the parameter we are using to evaluate the model. So after doing all those stuff, I get our KNN final model. Now question comes, are business goals met or not? It means the model which we have created, that model is able to solve our problem or not. If we are satisfied with that, then what we will do, we will deploy this model. We will deploy this model into the cloud-based system or on-premise. It depends on the agreement between you and business. So once we will deploy, and after that real customer, these are the real customers. It means any customer come to the bank and they need some personal loan or the house loan, anything. So bank will check their credibility with the help of this prediction model. They will ask some input from the customer. On that basis, they will feed some input, and as per the model, the bankers should give loan or not. So this way, this will model work. Might be after that, because we had deployed this model currently, so we will monitor this model for the next few months. So we will monitor this model and we would need some maintenance. So we will also during the monitor, customer is entering some input data and after that they got output in 1 minute. It means there is some performance related issue bankers is getting. So they will provide the feedback to this data scientist team and they will try to improve this particular issue. So they again go back to because this is the infra related issue. So what they will do, they will again go to the deployment section and they will rescale the infra related part. But if there are any issue in the prediction, so what they will do, they will again go back to this data collection part or the feature engineering part. They will again try to improve some data related stuff or some feature engineering related stuff and try to re-evaluate the model and again redeploy the model into the production environment. So this is the first part. If they think that this model is okay, if they think that here before deployment, if they think this model is not okay, this model is not working as per their expectation, what they will do, they will again perform the same thing. They will again analyze or again data collection. So they will do just like reiterate all those things, again reiterate all those things and again do the same thing like data collection, integration. So they will again try to re-evaluate the model. Earlier they were using the KNN, might be here they can use some random forest or some XGBoost. So depends on the requirement or the data. Also one more thing here, during the monitoring and maintenance, so it means this part is just like work as a retraining approach, because once we will deploy the model into the production environment, might that model would not be okay after 6 months or 3 months or 1 year. So we have to make one retraining approach so that we can work on that and again we can retrain our model on time to time basis. So this way complete machine learning flow work from problem statement to problem solving and deployment and retraining approach. Thank you very much for watching my video. Have a nice day.